Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, episode 8, MG, the BOD, and you may see a rather good-looking individual in the middle.
Thank you, sir.
One of New York's bravest. 66% of this panel has phenomenal hair. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Garcia. Hey. Tim, welcome to the show.
Timothy, welcome to the show. Our Spanish conquistador draft guru. Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your monitors. His hair is that fabulous.
Mel Kiper, eat your heart out.
I did go for the Mel Kiper look.
And you were pulling it off well.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's great to be here.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you. Timmy is one of our draft experts, brings a lot to the table, and he knows his stuff, so we're going to give it to you today. What we want to do first is going to give you guys a rundown, get into 3 email questions. Then we are going to do a not-so-live draft order between Tim, Matt, and myself. We'll read you the order when we get to it. But first, let's get into some questions. The first one being, this is from Greg in Clearwater, Florida. Greg, thanks for being a part of the show.
Love Florida.
Do you get as excited as I do for the announcement of the NFL schedule? And part 2, I know it's early, but who has the most favorable schedule, in your opinion? 1, yes, I get very excited about this time of year because it pretty much sets the precedent for the season.
It's an event.
It is awesome. And as far as easiest schedule is concerned, I really like the Packers, actually.
I mean, I think it's a little bit early to make that assumption, but you know, with the national announcement of all the schedules, with a quick glance, I have to agree with you, Joe. I think the Green Bay Packers, if they lose less than 13 games, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, it should be a good season for them if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy.
They win less than 13, I mean.
But I know what you meant.
I definitely agree with that too.
Yeah, you like the Packers?
Yeah, looking at the Packers schedule. 13 wins, 12-4, 13-3
in that area. So for all you gamblers,
call up
Vegas.
Call up Vegas.
This is the kiss of death right here. It's not going to happen.
Ship it. All right, we got another email question here. This one is from Rob Vitagliano. It is regarding Adrian Peterson. He said he's hearing the Vikings want a first rounder and the cornerback for Adrian. Do you feel that's too much?
Who wrote this letter?
Rob Vitagliano, a.k.a. Story Rob.
Story Rob. Well, that makes
Rob.
sense. Rob, I want to be 6'4", but something's just not going to happen. I mean, they're not going to get all those picks and Peterson. It just doesn't work like that.
I think Adrian Peterson is one of the best, but I think he is on the downslope of his career. And to give up first rounder and a cornerback, me personally, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, especially too. Minnesota made some strides in their secondary the past years with Rhodes and Smith. They got to get strong, especially NFC North guys slinging the ball around. So I don't think they're going to.
Agreed. You don't get rid of positions that are that needy in the backfield.
Agreed.
All right, I have a question here. This is from Peter, L.A., California.
West Coast.
In your opinion, where do you think this year's quarterback class will be 5 years down the road, and who will be the best, and will any of them be successful? Well, Peter, this is a tough one. When I look at this draft this year, I say Tampa. Obviously it's a glaring need. They're going to take a quarterback.
Absolutely.
In the second spot, you're going to say that you're going to have a quarterback there. Also, who it's going to be, nobody really knows. So I mean, you're talking about guys with Winston and Mariota, Petty. These are guys that I don't know if they transition that well into the NFL.
It's not the star class that normally is presented in the draft. I mean, 2004 you'll never get as good as that draft class.
No.
But to me, Winston and Mariota are the 2 best prospects. I'm not a Winston fan at all. I think Mariota is going to be the better pro. I actually think Bryce Petty is going to be the second best pro.
Petty's raw, but
I think
he can sling it.
Exactly. You know what? You can't teach arm talent. You can learn the game. He's very raw. I think Petty's going to be the second best. I think Winston is going to be quote unquote a bust. He's going to win a couple games maybe, but I'm not in love with Winston.
All right, I'm going to wrap this up for you. Here's what's going to happen. Winston, instead of stealing crab cakes, will be bagging them. Mariota will be, out of those 2, the best one. I think the longevity of his career will be great. But I'm going to give you 3 names. My fellow colleagues here brought him up. Bryce Petty, if he can learn to make the intermediate throws. Garrett Grayson, And I don't care what anybody says, Sean Mannion will be a productive NFL quarterback at this level. He's intelligent, he has the arm, and he just needs to lower the turnovers.
Yes, he's a big guy. He's a big guy.
He said you can't teach some of those things, the arm strength and the size.
You can learn the game if you're a raw product.
Right.
But you can't teach those intangibles that you're basically born with. Size, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
arm
I know
strength.
about that.
Well, you weren't born with that at all.
Right.
You got the short end of the fucking stick
pun
on that
intended,
one.
no pun
You didn't
intended.
get that at all.
That's fair enough to say. I
So-
appreciate that.
That wraps up our emails. Listen, everybody out there, email us your questions, mgandthebod@yahoo.com.
And also, don't forget to check out coffeetalkradio.com/football.
We got a home. That's
Yeah,
our
we
new
got a
home.
home.
Congratulations, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're part of
magic.
it too.
Hey,
You're part of the magic.
it's nice to be here.
And the reason why we are all here together, we brought Tim in, is because we're going to go into the draft now. All 32 picks. The draft order goes as follows. Matt, myself, Tim, we did the selection at random this morning.
Hey guys, just a quick thing. You think you can give me a pen that works? Being that you're
Pen down.
big shots now,
We will
maybe you
pick
could
up
afford
a
some
pen.
pens that
We will rotate
write.
pens to make sure you're okay. Matty, what do you say you get right into it with the first overall pick?
All right, well, I mean, it's easy. It's everybody knows the number one pick. It's going to be Jameis Winston. That's what I'm
Oh
going
my God.
Oh boy.
Now we're doing this as if we were GMs, not as if we were the owners of the Tampa Bay Bucks, because I wouldn't take him there. But Jameis Winston is going to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
Okay. With the second pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, Tennessee's not going to keep the pick.
I agree.
I think
Totally
we're going to
agree.
agree on that,
No,
right?
totally agree.
And whoever gets the number 2 selection, it will take Marcus Mariota.
Agreed.
It just bothers me so much to put these 2 knuckleheads there
Yeah, it's
because they're just, I don't know.
it's going to be
They're not
interesting
gonna
to
be there.
see who lands in that spot, though. You know,
Yeah.
you're hearing Philly, you're hearing
Cleveland,
San Diego,
New
Cleveland.
Orleans.
I mean,
It's a mess.
Yeah.
Ultimately, my ultimate gut feeling is that Philly's going to land there. Somehow,
some
some way. Chip Kelly.
I think-
They're acting like they don't even have Sam Bradford.
But the rumblings too was that Cleveland was interested in Bradford.
Yeah, I
So
saw
was
that.
that just a trade that Chip Kelly made to use as a bargaining tool to
Oh,
get
absolutely.
into that 12 pick and then maybe trade again? Because I don't think they can get from 20 to 2 without making 2 trades.
Well, the way
Agreed.
I read it and saw it was Sam Bradford goes to Cleveland. They get a number 1 pick, whether it be 12 or 19, most likely 19. Philly packages 19 and 20 to go to 2, and future stuff, probably McKell.
That's what I
Hendricks
read
as well.
too, yes.
And then there you go. There's the Eagles at 2, and Tennessee ends up with 2 picks in the round 1 and McKell Kendricks. So it's a win-win. Timmy, finally.
Oh, right.
up.
We have, with the 3rd pick, Jacksonville Jaguars select. I'm going to go with Dante Fowler here.
Like him.
I mean, he could be maybe the best defensive player in this draft. I mean, if someone to argue Leonard Williams, but he's a stud, this kid, and I think landing in Jacksonville would be.
I agree with you. I think
and
he's gonna
he
go
played
there,
at
so.
Florida, and
he's
Jacksonville.
gonna
And when
go
you play
there.
Andrew Luck twice a year, you better get to him.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
any shot.
I have going right into the next pick, Oakland. I have him taking the best player on the board, in my opinion, is Leonard Williams. But as Tim alluded to, I think it depends what you need. If you want to go linebacker, you go Dante Fowler. If you want to go defensive line, you go Leonard Williams. So that's why I do agree with you. I think Fowler's going to go 3rd to Jaguars, which leaves Oakland with basically a gift wrapped Leonard Williams.
Absolutely.
Oh, that pick
And then you
bothers me
pair
so
him up
much.
with Khalil Mack.
And you just build the foundation of a great defense,
Yeah.
which could be scary in years to come.
Absolutely.
Now, because of the previous picks, this is where you're going to throw your whole draft off. Jay Gruden's in Washington. When he was in Cincinnati, he had the biggest line in the NFL. I'm going to go that route, and whoever's going to play quarterback there, I'm going to give them Brandon Schreff.
Ooh, wow.
I know you guys may think it's too early, but you need somebody to protect Griffin or Cousins to get the ball down the field.
Yeah, thanks for messing up our mock.
Well, you guys ruined it earlier, so might as well continue it.
Timothy
Thanks,
Garcia, number
Oh,
6.
The New York Jets.
Oh my
Oh
God.
boy. With here, I think I'm going to give them Vic Beasley, defensive end from Clemson. They need an edge rusher, and they have their guys in the middle. Wilkerson and Richardson, with the additions of Revis and Cromartie and Skrine. Just unleash. Just get these guys to get after the quarterback, kill Tom Brady.
By giving them Beasley, you are putting together an unbelievable defense on paper.
Well, they're almost at that level where they used to be in 09 and 10. And I do agree with him. I think they need an edge rusher.
They do.
You know, they're all of a sudden overnight their defensive backfield looks good again. You know, they've got Revis back, they got Cromartie back, Gilchrist. Their D line is one of the best in football.
Gilchrist too.
To me, I agree. I think they need linebackers.
He's a good slot corner for them, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to be real good.
All right, well, Chicago Bears, number 7. Well, being that you guys are leaving out Amari Cooper and Kevin White, which I don't disagree with wholeheartedly, but I have to give them one of them. And in my opinion, I got to give him Amari Cooper. I didn't think he would be here.
Welcome to the good side, man.
I didn't think he would be here. Yeah, you're right, Joe. You know, I have been arguing that point with you for a while. And
for 7 shows, Matt.
I know. Amari Cooper is the more polished wide receiver.
Yes.
And he really is, and he's so NFL ready. Kevin White provides so much upside. I think he is going to be a good pro, but I think you go with the safe pick here. I think you go with Amari Cooper.
That's fair enough.
I agree.
Number 8, the Atlanta Falcons. You know, me and Matt have said earlier, if we could give them 11 guys at this pick for defense, we would do it.
A lot of help. Yeah.
I am going to give them a nose tackle that can solidify that defense to not allow teams to run up the middle on them. And I'm taking Big Danny Shelton.
He is big.
He is big, and he is excellent.
Yeah, I mean, they need the help.
This kid is a mammoth. He's an Elodie Nada 2.0. He's got unbelievable leg strength. He's going to take on 2-3 blockers every play, and you need guys free to make plays.
Absolutely.
And that's what made Ray Lewis so great. I'm not downplaying how good Ray Lewis was, but he had great defensive linemen in front of him. And then you build from the inside out on defense. And this is why you put Danny Shelton here.
All right.
It just so happened that you landed on 9. Tim.
Number 9.
Shocking.
My New York Football Giants.
Don't blow it.
Well, the way that this is breaking down here, I have to say, best player available on the board now, and I have to go with wide receiver Kevin White. I don't think Jerry Reese would pass on this opportunity, especially with the question marks that Victor Cruz has coming back off a pretty devastating injury.
So Thursday night, this pick actually comes true. Your reaction is what? You have slapping hands, or are you miserable?
I'd love it.
You love it.
I would love it.
Good.
Listen, I know everybody says they got to protect Eli. They need a lineman. But if you looked in years past, Jerry Reese just doesn't.
He doesn't pass on the best.
Especially, you know what? If it was later, I would say possibly he would go for a lineman. But with the 9th overall pick, I think there's just too much value if a player like White is on the board.
A player of his caliber shouldn't be there.
Right.
No,
So I
agree.
understand the pick.
Number 10, the St. Louis Rams. This is myself. I have them taking Devontae Parker, which is the closest wide receiver to the top 2, I believe. And I think that he's going to slide right in there, and I think he's going to be a star because really, who do they have? They have Tavon Austin, but he's not a number 1. No. He's an electric player, but he's not. He's better in the slot. He's not going to line up on number.
Quick was coming along.
Quick actually had a very good year last year.
He did.
So I do have him taking Devontae Parker.
That's a good pick. I like that there. 3 wide receivers in the top 10, folks. Just keep that in mind. Moving along, number 11, the NFC North Minnesota Vikings. Coach Zimmer is going to put together a great defense. He's a defensive-minded coach. He's going to continue on the defensive side of the ball and not give Teddy Bridgewater more help here. He's going to give them the best defensive back in the draft, Trey Waynes, cornerback out of Michigan State. You got to protect. You have to have some type of defense against Stafford.
In that division? Well, really not against Cutler. You don't really need anything against
They still throw the ball 50 times a game.
Yeah, well, 7 of them to the defense every game.
And he may have 2 or 3. That's how good he is.
I do agree with you, Joe, though. Against Stafford and against Aaron Rodgers, you need to defend. You got to defend the pass.
Absolutely. Okay, with the 12th
Browns.
pick, the Cleveland Browns. Well, they need a lot of help.
That's the only way to say it.
Is
there an owner available that they can draft?
A quarterback. This is tough here. And I still think with this pick here, I think they're going to go on the defensive side of the ball. A raw pass rusher here. I say they go with Alvin Bud Dupree.
My favorite player in the draft.
Favorite player in this draft for me. He's
Love
a good
the pick.
player, a lot of upside, very raw, but he definitely has the talent to produce. That's a good pick. I didn't think you were going to go there, but
Yeah.
no pun intended.
Hey, listen.
They do need a lot of help.
When are they gonna
Number
quarterback
13,
situation
the
is
New
terrible.
Orleans Saints, another team that needs a lot of defensive help.
Yes.
A lot of defensive help.
Rob Ryan, way to go, buddy.
Oh my God.
You can get a job anytime, huh, Rob Ryan? You don't produce
Not
anything.
after this. Not after this, you can. Maddie, what do you got?
I take him. Shane Ray, the best player on the board. You know, recent issues about his foot have been come to light, and I do think he slides a little bit. A lot of people have him as a top 10 talent. I think he slides a little bit, not too much, to number 13, the New Orleans Saints.
That's a good pick. That's a value pick there.
Yes,
Joe, all my
absolutely.
picks are
Yes.
good.
Well, that's debatable, Matt.
Until
fourth-
Thursday.
Until
Yeah,
Thursday.
Right, then it goes over
When I
to
get 2
garbage.
out of 32 correct.
Right.
Winston and Mariota.
And done. And done.
And we all tied.
Number 14, the Joe Philbin-led Miami Dolphins. This is an interesting pick for me. I refuse to put a running back this high, and I'm going to stick to my guns here. Because you could put a running back there if you're anybody but Joe Chiarappa.
You're going against the grain.
I
buddy.
am going against the grain.
You don't like doing this.
I want to do it, though, and I'm going to give them, because we're going to say it's only marijuana. It's not a big deal.
Oh, it's legal in some states.
Exactly. And Miami, you're going to have a blast down there.
Not Miami, though.
Randy Gregory.
I guess
far.
that's a great place for him to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in
There's
the
not too much partying down there, right?
No.
Oh, okay. He should go to Buffalo where there's nothing to do there.
There's an Applebee's in Buffalo.
All right, moving along. With the 15th pick, San Francisco 49ers. They lost some guys, so I'm going to have them taking Arik Armstead from Oregon.
Chip Kelly's not going to be happy.
No,
Okay.
no. But Chip Kelly can't get everybody. Okay? So, yeah, I have Armstead slotted here. They lost some guys. They need some defensive players. And I don't know if Dockett and Smith are going to make it through the year and if they can bring this guy in.
I'm a little surprised you didn't go for wide receiver here.
I think they need more help on the defensive side of the ball.
They got
in my opinion, with the loss of Willis, with the loss of
Borland,
San Fran used to always be that scary defense, and they lost it overnight.
Who's catching the ball? Remember, didn't they draft the kid from Florida State last year who was hurt all year?
Joe,
I mean, who was he throwing the ball to?
but you more than anybody else, this wide receiving class is very deep.
Very
Yeah.
deep.
When you have a chance to get a 6'7" monster,
Listen, you're right about that, but there's the top 5 to 6 guys who are tier 1, and then you have others. Now, are you?
But
so
the
you,
others, but
you
the-
are. You're no. I'm not disagreeing with you. You're outvaluing the defensive line position over the wide receivers, which is fine. That's no problem.
I understand that, but also, like you said, you had your top set guys,
Right.
and you said then there's a big gap that goes along with players that are all grouped into the same.
one whole bunch.
So that could bring you from this pick possibly all the way to the beginning of the 3rd round, or even in the middle of
Absolutely.
the 3rd round with all these guys. There's going to be other receivers out there that you might get a value in the 2nd round. So with a guy like this who's a freak of nature,
You're not going to
by
find.
the way.
You're not going to find an Armstead in the 2nd or 3rd round.
No.
Not going to be there,
Not at
and
all.
he'll be off the board.
Not at all.
I agree with the pick.
I understand that. You picked a defensive tackle for their 3-4 scheme. I just don't have him ranked there. But listen, this was your pick. You are the 49ers.
So leave him
You
alone,
took him.
Joe.
Nah, listen, we're trying to give our opinion to the people.
Stop badgering him.
Badgering him. God, you're awful.
Let's go right on here, baby. Houston Texans, number 16. I can't believe the two of you let this guy fall to me. I didn't think he would. In my personal mock, I actually might put him in the top 10. They're going to go Todd Gurley. His knee checked out. He got 2 thumbs up, quote unquote. And I think Aaron Foster, maybe a
getting
year
run
and a
into the
half,
ground.
2 years left. The guy, he carries the football every single play. I love Aaron Foster, but they have to start looking to the future. And I think Todd Gurley goes to the Houston Texans.
Okay.
I like that. I like it.
Yeah. Number 17, the San Diego Chargers.
Superchargers.
Superchargers. I mentioned it before. I'm sticking to my guns here. They have no defensive front. In my opinion, the best defensive tackle on the board, who shouldn't, and I don't think he should have came down this far, is Malcolm Brown. That's who I'm giving them here. Out of Texas.
Yep.
I can see it.
I like it.
I can see it. I think they have a couple other glaring needs. I also think that pick there and what they do is all dependent upon if all these trade rumors are true and
Yep.
whatnot. But like like we said, we have to slot somebody in here. We're not doing trades or anything like
Yeah,
that. So, next we have at 18 the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, I think there's only one way to go here, and that's at wide receiver. And I'm going to give them Jalen Strong from Arizona State. They signed Macklin, and bringing in another guy. Alex Smith needs another weapon. Lord knows no wide receiver caught a touchdown last year.
That's disgusting.
I don't know how you can survive in this NFL when your receivers can't catch a touchdown. It's pathetic. And then it also go along with Kelsey too. So they give
Macklin.
three. Yeah, Macklin, and then giving him Strong and Kelsey there. That's giving them some weapons there.
Yeah, you have to give Alex Smith help. I agree with that. Matty, you're up.
All right, where am I? Number 19,
19.
right?
19.
Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns. All right. Where do we give them? We gave them Bud Dupree at number 12. I think they address the offensive line here. I think they wait a round or two on wide receiver because we spoke about how deep they are. I think they go Andres Pete. I think they need to protect whoever the quarterback is.
Yeah.
And as we always say, Joe, offensive line, probably the most important position on the field.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Moving along, the Philadelphia Eagles. Funny pick. I have no idea what Chip Kelly's going to do.
No idea.
He's a crazy man.
Who does know, though? Nobody does.
He's crazy.
I think instead of picking a player, he may order Chinese food. We don't know. We don't know. So what do you do here? What do you do to the mad scientist? You give him arguably the best athlete in this draft. I don't think he's a first-round pick, but like you said earlier, we're doing this as
Oh, my
those
God. I
teams.
know where you're going with this. You're going with the Combine Hero?
I'm going with the combine
Oh,
hero.
my God.
Byron Jones.
Really?
I think that he
Surprised.
truly feels he could put anybody on the offensive side of the ball and succeed.
I'm surprised.
I think,
I'm very
I think
I'm
he's
very
that guy who's
surprised.
going to. Listen, Joe Chiarappa doesn't pick Byron Jones in the first round.
No.
Does Chip Kelly? I don't know.
You kind of look like him a little bit.
Really
Yeah.
short and stocky,
Short,
but
no.
awesome.
Well, not really.
Debatable.
Not really. Short, stocky, and crazy? Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Number 21, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Cincinnati
I
Bengals.
hope you ruined this pick, by the way.
Well, there's a possibility. Cincinnati Bengals. I was thinking that it could be possibly a defensive player here. I thought that Gregory could have been a spot for him to fall here. Cincinnati likes problem childs.
Absolutely.
But I think they're going to go offensive line here, and I'm going to give them Eric Flowers.
Wow.
I think, I think they have to protect Dalton.
I agree they go offensive line. And Eric Flowers has been rising a little bit
Yes.
on draft boards.
Yes.
I agree with you. Number 22, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to make this
Very
short and sweet.
interesting.
They replace Palomalo. They go on Landon Collins,
I agree 100%.
Alabama, strong
Yeah.
safety.
And amazing that he's actually getting down this far.
I don't. That's a little low for him.
Yeah,
You
I
think
mean,
so?
Well,
I think that's low for him, but I think Pittsburgh will
I
sprint
think
up to the podium.
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
yeah. I think this is
100%.
exactly where he falls, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a great spot.
well, I could, a couple of the other teams ahead, they have need at safety.
yeah.
Like the Giants.
Absolutely.
Yes.
A glaring need
Yeah,
at
but
safety.
you can't put it
But
there.
you can't, you can't take a safety with the ninth
I
overall
love the
pick.
pick there.
You can't take him as the ninth overall pick.
Right.
So
Excuse me, at the 22nd.
at the 22nd, that's a perfect fit for him. Perfect fit.
And Joe, in today's NFL, defensive backfield is valued more than it should be.
Yeah, remember, Pittsburgh runs a 3-4. No Dick LeBeau no more.
Yep.
He's gone. And in that system, the 3-4, the safety is the quarterback.
There you
He's
go.
calling out every position. It's not the linebacker like in a 4-3. It's the safety guys. They communicate everything. So if he's smart enough to do it at Alabama, let's hope that carries over and he has a good career.
You hope.
Absolutely.
You
You
hope.
hope.
You get
He's a little raw.
You get a lot of playing in Alabama. And the Saban defenses over there. A lot of guys
Right.
get
I was
get
just gonna say
overrated.
that.
And we've seen that with these defensive players that have come out and taken early in the
Absolutely.
draft. So I mean, you can hope. I don't think he's as good as Clinton Dix was. coming
Absolutely
out,
not. Absolutely not.
So you can only hope that it is. But I mean, I think it fills a glaring need.
Clinton Dix was more NFL ready.
Yes.
Okay, number 23, the NFC North Detroit Lions. I think, everybody is going to say they got to protect Stafford, which is true, but I think offensive line, right about this part, they're going to start to slip. I know they have Haloti Nada. I get it. You need more defensive help. And I think that I'm going to give them the very powerful Eddie Goldman.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, they have to fill need. Not as older too.
Yeah.
And you've got Fairley and Sue are gone. So you have to do something.
They have to fill those holes. Those are two big monstrous holes.
It is. What do we got? I'm up yet.
Yeah, you're up.
We
Number
got
24.
the 24. Arizona Cardinals. Well, you know what? To me, I think this is. I think this is a pretty straightforward one. Carson Palmer ain't getting any younger, and I think if they're going to succeed, they have a good defense. I think they have to protect them. So
Look what happened last year.
yeah, and it was a shame because they were playing well. I'm going to give them Lyle Collins.
Absolutely.
That's a good.
I just think I don't think they can go any other way here.
Absolutely. You saw firsthand what happened when Carson Palmer went down, and they had no viable backup.
God. It was atrocious.
I mean, that was a good.
I felt bad for
You could have came back and played
I probably
quarterback.
could have. I would have like Jared Lorenz back there.
They had Lindy and Logan Thomas,
Oh
whatever
my
other
God.
nightmare they had back there. That's it. Because Bruce Arians put together a good team.
Yes, he's a good coach.
He's a great coach, Bruce
Very
Arians.
good. Very, very good. Maddie.
Number 25, the Carolina Panthers. I have them addressing the offensive side of the ball, offensive line to be particular. T.J. Clemmings from Pittsburgh.
Like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like that a lot. Addresses a need. Arguably the best player on the board.
And he's
Yes.
a very good offensive lineman.
Number 26, the Ravens of Baltimore, the Joe Flacco-led Ravens. I hate to go with everybody. It's not me. I like to go against the grain.
Of course. You
but-
got to be difficult.
I know,
That's
but
why.
no,
Someone's gotta be
I love
difficult.
being difficult.
As long as we've known him, he's been difficult.
Okay, really? We're going that route, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, but I was going to say, I'm actually going with the public.
Okay.
I'm going to go Rashad Perriman.
You're a man of the people, huh?
I try to be. I'm looking for votes for this next election.
Well, you don't have ours.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I like that pick, Joe. He's and if somebody's going to take a flyer on this guy,
The one thing Joey
I
Flacco
think
can
this
do
is
is throw the
perfect.
ball down the field. And he
go
can
get
down the
it.
field.
Go get it.
Yeah, just run straight, kid. You don't need to know any other
A
route. Just run
sub
straight.
4.340.
That's
go.
That's it.
Replacement for Torrey Smith.
Good size, right? 6'1", 6'2",
Yeah,
in that area.
yeah.
Just run straight. That's all you have to do.
The only knock that you can have on him is that he had a little bit of case of the drops.
14% drop
Yeah,
rate. That
yeah.
it kills me.
So-
Trust me, that bothers me so much.
And he played at Central Florida, so that's the competition. But you know what? We've seen guys come out of the schools like that and come in and produce.
Absolutely. Timmy, you're up.
All right.
The Cowboys.
The America's team, I think they call them.
No. I will never say that.
Okay.
And we will never say that
I
on this
will
show.
never say that.
Okay.
Not on this show, man. Not on this
You
show.
think
sitting next-
listen to me.
you are
Listen to me.
sitting
As a
next to me.
Buffalo Bill fan who got embarrassed by them 2 years in the Super Bowl, do you think I like them? I hate them.
If this was
I hate them.
If this was 2 o'clock in the morning, he would have punched you.
Probably.
All right. Well, that brings us to the Cowboys then. I have them addressing the defensive side of the ball here. I think they need help at cornerback here. And I'm going to have them take a guy who, a little bit of a troublemaker, but Jerry Jones likes the troublemakers.
Not Jerry.
And I'm going to go with Marcus Peters.
Him and
from
Dez
Washington.
should get along pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
I think it's a good spot. I think Claiborne's been an absolute disappointment, and Carr is overpaid.
Tremendously.
And they're gonna need help guarding my man Beckham.
This
He is
has
the
practice fight
Absolutely.
written all over it.
Oh my
Dez
God.
and Marcus Peters, practice fight all over it. You'll see it on the NFL
Oh, yeah.
Network.
Oh, without a
2
doubt.
days in 95-degree weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be a good one. Keep your eyes out.
It's a shame because he really is talented, Marcus Peters.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a shame.
Yes.
absolutely.
Listen, let's give him a little. Maybe he'll clean up his act.
Others have.
Maybe he'll clean up his act.
Everybody gets a second chance. Right?
Exactly. In America, yes.
America.
Number 28, the Denver Broncos. Let me see here. Mr. Cameron Irving from Florida State.
I like how you got right through that. That's a
Mhm.
great
Listen,
pick.
The versatile offensive lineman.
Love it.
That's a great pick.
The aging Peyton Manning.
That's it. Peyton's on his last legs.
So he needs as much help as he can get. God forbid somebody goes down there. Who knows? He could go in and start. But Cameron Irving could also.
Very versatile.
That's what I'm saying. Cameron Irving could fill a need if
Yes.
somebody goes down.
He's going to replace Orlando Franklin first. Then you have your center of the
That's
future.
what I'm saying.
Yes.
No, I know. That's why I'm agreeing. Just supplementing your pick, which I love. I really do like that pick.
Thanks, Joe.
The Indianapolis Colts. Man, I want them to succeed. I really, really do.
We all love Andrew Luck.
It's so much fun to watch.
Love Andrew Luck.
I want to protect him.
You have to.
More, because if you're going to give this kid $1 gazillion, so you have to protect your investment. You get a cheap option here. The very talented, very athletic DJ Humphries.
Yes.
From Florida.
Yes, I agree. Listen, he took a pounding last year.
And he shouldn't
The
have.
guy gets up, play after play, hit after hit.
Imagine if he had more time, how much his interception would decrease.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If he had time to
He's
pick
trying
the
to get
defensive
the ball,
part.
get the ball out of his hand.
I know.
Sometimes you get tired of getting hit all game long.
Oh, you don't like it, you mean? Yeah. Totally. You know, I want to give them defense, but when you have a commodity like Andrew Luck,
Yes.
you
gotta take care
have
of
to
it.
do the right thing.
Agreed.
Protect them all day
Agreed.
long.
All right, moving along, we're going to go to number 30. The
Don't ruin
Green
this.
Bay Packers. Oh, Joey, I got your team here, buddy.
Don't ruin this, man.
Listen, I think the Packers are going to... I know you've gone on the record, you say you would love for them to trade this pick, but we got to pick somebody here, and I believe that they're going to need a little help in their secondary with a couple of departures, and I'm going to give them Kevin Johnson
I like that.
from Wake Forest.
Wow.
6'1", good speed, he's got good hands. I just trade the pick, please. Ted,
We
trade the
got
pick.
to do something here, but listen, you lost to Williams, I
And
mean,
Devon House.
and House. I mean, Shields is like your only guy that's back
that's right.
there,
We're
So
relying on Casey Hayward. That's a
yeah,
good pick, man.
so I
Bill's in
that's-
need, and
I think they got to do it.
We do have the same big board here, so we're going best player available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's a Ted Thompson move right there.
Yes. Well, I think you would.
I'd be happy.
I think you'd
You
be
wouldn't
happy
storm
with
out of the house and rip your shirt off like you did a couple years ago?
Yes.
What Metro
Well, you did that too.
Metro referring to the Justin Harrell pick of 2006.
You did that too.
I almost kicked people out.
Oh
when they
my
picked DJ.
God.
Yeah. I mean, and that was like only a half an hour into the draft.
Remember
I really
when he-
wanted to watch the rest of it.
Remember when
Yeah,
he made his NASA jersey?
He had
Geek.
massive duct tape on the
Yeah.
back of his
Geek.
jersey.
You'll
You
see.
Freaking nerd.
You'll see. You're going to love him one day.
That was the text message that came through. Oh, that was
Oh my
fantastic.
God! All right, number 31. We're almost done here, boys. The New Orleans Saints. We spoke pre-show about this gentleman, and we all agreed that we don't think he'll make it in the first round. But looking how this mock draft went, I have to put him here. I have to put Dorial Green Beckham here.
Are you kidding
I have
me?
to put Dorial Green Beckham here.
Really?
Yeah, I have to put him
I'm
here.
shocked.
I don't think. I think you need to get Drew Brees some weapons. If you're going to try to salvage a competitive football team, who is he throwing to? Because Brandon Cooks is not your number one wide receiver. Colson's on his way out. I go Dorial Green Beckham.
I'm shocked you did that.
You know what? I was also
I just see
was also thinking of Eric Hendricks here, but I had him take Shane Ray. So I figured they'd go offensive side of the ball here. So that's why I didn't put Eric Hendricks
At
there.
least an offensive lineman.
To be honest with you, I thought Timmy was going to go Eric Hendricks with the Packers, and I was going to put Kevin Johnson at 31.
So what you're saying is Timmy ruined the whole.
Timmy ruined my momentum there. 'Cause I was
Timmy
going,
ruined it
I was
all.
going Kevin Johnson there.
That was my plan.
So
Okay. 32, last pick in the draft, the Super Bowl champion, New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who they pick; they're gonna be good.
yeah, and he's going to be an all-star.
Yeah, he's an
Probably the
All-Pro,
president.
Rookie of the Year. I am going to give them.
Don't screw it up, Joe.
I'm gonna
Don't
drink
screw it
what I
up,
think.
Joe.
I'm
Yeah.
drinking what I think. Excuse
Don't
me.
screw it up. Do it.
It doesn't matter.
I don't want
Any
to-
position, anything, they will go there
I
and
know, but
succeed.
it's oh God.
It's,
I feel
tough
like
call.
garbage making this pick.
Just do it.
Melvin Gordon.
Absolutely. I
running back.
knew it. Absolutely. You got to do it.
Got to do it.
But I like him. I don't want to not like him in the NFL. Because if he goes to the pitch, I'm not gonna like him.
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
no.
But he will have a Super Bowl
That's
ring.
pretty much everybody's sentiment about the Patriots.
I'm just so sick of this team. He sold his soul. I'm telling you. I'm
He did.
convinced
He
about
did.
it. That concludes our three-person mock draft. We all hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna come back to you on Thursday.
Yes, a
with
special show.
Special show where we reveal our final mock draft in preparation of the real NFL draft held Thursday at 8 o'clock on ESPN and NFL Network. That's a sponsorship. Tim, thanks for being a part of the show. You were wonderful.
Thank you.
It was an absolute
Guys.
pleasure, buddy. You're welcome back anytime
This
you
is
want to
great.
come back.
I had a great time.
The good thing about
I
Tim
love
is
this stuff.
we don't need hair and makeup. He does his own.
Yeah.
Yes, he
So
wakes
we
up like
appreciate
this.
that.
Thank you. Never moves.
Yeah, it's solid. It's solid.
No typo.
Yeah, it's solid. We appreciate that, Tim. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. We don't know everything.
However,
We definitely know more than you.
see you next time, folks.